Go.
Aren't you doing the intro?
Oh, I thought you said you were doing it.
I said no, you do it since it's your video.
Okay. Well, hello everyone, I am Zombie, and welcome to my channel. And welcome to the new series, actually, called Nerd Talk. I'm doing right now with Ezra.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing? I hope you like the 8-bit music. Immortals.
Found that today in web design class.
Yes, I did.
During our quote-unquote free time.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we did do our work.
We totally did. We totally didn't spend the whole hour.
I actually got a lot of stuff done today.
I kinda did. I caught up with notes. But let's get right into what we're doing. This is Nerd Talk, new series, and we're talking about FnAF today.
Yeah. And the topics that we'll be covering that are big topics that we want to be covering for today is, unless you've had your head in a bucket for the past day
and a half,
know absolutely nothing about what's going on,
or you do not care about FnAF,
released a picture of what appears to be Red Freddy, that's what I call him, Red Freddy, or Fredbear, on his page, and says the final chapter, and that we'll be going over that. Tristan has a theory about
the toy animatronics,
and I'm looking at the wiki right now, and I have another theory that I was thinking: multiple killers.
Oh, yeah, and I think I'm gonna disprove.
Wait, no, not multiple killers. Whoops, excuse me, I read the wrong one. I just remembered the one that we were talking about yesterday. The one that in the Save Them minigame, when the purple guy, quote-unquote, runs towards you, and then your screen goes all dark. I have a theory about that, but let's get the big one out of the way that everyone is excited about, and let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Well, before we even do that, I want to say I'm going to disprove a theory today. I'm not going to wait till you do that. But yes, Five Nights 4. Didn't you actually edit the image and find something?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
I know you did. I'm opening it up so you can talk about it. You're the one who found it.
Alright, I don't have the sent image. Oh, wait, maybe it's in my sent mail. Excuse me for a second. I didn't think about this. So you talk while I pull up the image to see if it's in my Gmail. Well,
basically in web design today, Ezra took the photo and photoshopped it a little bit and found a hidden word. It's a big word. It covers the whole picture. I don't know if anyone's stumbled upon this yet. I'm pretty sure they have, because obvious. But, yes. Should I just tell them what the word is?
The word is nightmare, everybody.
Yes.
And,
with
more of research that I was doing after today, I didn't actually find these ones myself, but I did. Someone was, oops, not sign up. I wanted to sign into my wiki account. Someone was kind enough to answer my blog post, and they found two other messages hidden in the image, and their name, I think. Let me just tell you what the messages are first.
Yeah, what did it say in the image?
The two important messages is what we have here is follow me, which everyone knows is what the purple guy says in the last game before you... Well, he says it a few times, actually. If
not just the purple guy. It was the purple guy when he killed the children, I believe. The shadow animatronics and the puppet.
Right.
That word is used... That phrase is used quite a bit in the games. And there was a song by Try Hard Ninja by it.
So, what we have here is follow me and into the light, which can either mean two things. A, you're going to get answers.
I'm hoping that's what it is.
Or B, since this is the final chapter, everybody dies. Well, not everybody, but just like, you know...
Maybe we'll actually finally figure out what happens to the shadow animatronics. Because according to, you and me both know this, according to MatPat at the Game Theorist, those are the two people who died in the spring trap suits. Well, there's only one spring trap, but the spring lock suits. And because they weren't murdered, but they're still there, do they ever get to move on? Is the main question. Maybe we'll finally figure out what happened to them.
Well, that's what I think with the picture. If you notice, it's the other spring lock suit. It appears to be the other spring lock suit, and since purple guy's still in the spring Bonnie animatronic, who's in Spring Freddy?
You mean Golden Freddy?
No, Spring Freddy.
Spring Freddy is Golden Freddy.
Right. Oops, overlooked that detail. I'm just
Yeah.
reading something off the wiki, and someone thinks that this is Spring Freddy.
Well, I think it may be. You and me both kind of have the same theory about it being Fredbear.
Yeah, it could be Fredbear, but
The original.
also what? Yeah, that doesn't explain. Maybe what your theory about the Fredbear's fright trying to rebuild would make sense, and with that resulting in the multiple heads sprouting off of the animatronic.
It would. There are multiple heads, all with razor-sharp teeth.
And claws.
And claws. Razor-sharp. Oh my gosh. Maybe the military, maybe it's like that one animation I showed you, where the military tried to create...
I doubt it.
This is a military contraption gone wrong. It's gonna murder us all.
Let's see, if... Tristan, you're able to put the images up on the screen, right? Because
yeah,
as of now, flashing the image of the teaser image would be very helpful.
Oh, I was going to add that in. Yeah.
Okay, because what we have, I'm looking at the image right now, and it appears that it is a reddish, like the tint of the image might make it look red, but it looks like it's either red or brown animatronic, with most of its exo covering torn off, much like Springtrap's, with what appears to be 3 little heads and 1 main head, with all razor-sharp teeth. And not to mention that he has not 5, but 4 fingers, and a hat with wires sticking out of it.
No.
And he's kind of tipping his hat at saying, "Hello, I'm like he's greeting us." So maybe. What my theory is that this might be Fredbear, or if Golden Freddy never was a Springlock animatronic suit, and nothing against MatPat because he runs a great channel, does a great job, but yeah, what if he was wrong about Golden Freddy and him not being a Springlock animatronic, and this guy was another Springlock, and this is one of the employees that got trapped in there.
Well, it actually is, Golden Freddy is a Springlock suit. You figured that out in the 3rd game. Just in case you guys don't know, Ezra has not played the games, but he has been following along with a lot of the lore that's going on.
Yep. Right. Mainly because my computer, unless you've seen my other videos that I do with Tristan, my computer is a piece of crap, and I can do literally almost nothing on it. Yeah. So I've watched the gameplay done by Markiplier, and I've done a ton of research into the lore, and that's why I'm in on this talk, not because I haven't played any of the games. So
that, and we can get
I'm not a gameplay expert. I'm not a gameplay expert, but I know a lot about the lore. So
I don't know many people who actually in real life. I don't know many people who've actually played all the games. I don't know anyone.
Because like Rumi says, I can't. They kind of do. They kind of do get boring after a while. Yeah, but I am attempting to beat them all. Guys, go check out my live stream this Friday and Saturday where I try to beat the 3rd game. Yep, promoting myself. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic of my theory about the toy animatronics. My mom is in here. What are you looking for? Your glasses are right there. Okay. She's on camera now. Anyway. Yeah, my theory about the toy animatronics. As you see in MatPat's newest installment of Five Nights, 5 more kids were killed. And if we heard him correctly, it might have been a misunderstanding because...
Yeah, but as someone who's played that and seen all the bodies laying around, knowing that it is new establishment, I know that he has struck again. The purple guy.
Well, you only get, 1 confirmed murder outside. There's the first one that's out, that's at the first pizzeria or Fredbear's Family Diner, one of those two. Which, I just remembered another idea what that might have to do with Five Nights at Freddy's 4, but I'll get back to that later. So that was at the Fredbear's or the Family Diner, and that was the first child who, if what the game theorists say is true, and he becomes the puppet, then that's child number 1. And then there's 5 more children murdered at the second establishment. 5, wait, no. Okay, so hang on, I'm contradicting myself. First child was murdered at Fredbear's, became the puppet. I don't even know how, so we're not going to go into that. Second thing, 5 more children were murdered at the first establishment. And then then the puppet put them into the animatronic suits. Then they started acting weird. They got shut down because of the odor.
Yep, odor and
then we got
rot.
Yep. Then this brings us to Five Nights at Freddy's 2, where Tristan's theory comes in.
Where the purple guy strikes again, killing 5 more children. And that's why it seems that the toy animatronics seem to constantly intimidate you or scare you by looking at the camera. I mean, Toy Chica takes off her beak. If this was actually the software that phone guy talks about, why would she take off her beak? And why would their eyes turn to those white spots that they always do when they look in the camera?
Yeah, Freddy's in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Freddy's eyes do that when they attack you sometimes, so...
And Bonnie, when he looks right in the camera. But
there was also that other theory that you said that the kids are possessing both animatronics.
Well, yeah,
that's the toys
the 5
and
new kids. The 5 new kids possess the toy animatronics, like Balloon Boy, Mangle, the 3 main toys. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
But hang on, wait. Going along, I'm gonna have to disagree with the 5 new children the more I'm thinking about it, because Save Them minigame, the purple guy, or it could be even you, because we'll go into that later. Hang on.
The Save Them?
We'll just say he's the purple guy for now. In the Save Them minigame, the purple guy runs at them with something that looks like a phone, but as MatPat stated, and what I'd been thinking for a while is this is a tampering device, and that's the night when, if I remember correctly, that's the night when the toy animatronics start acting wrong, and that's when they start killing you. Am I correct?
I'm pretty sure. But my theory about that is that happened before Jeremy Fitzgerald got there and before the guy before him got there to work at the night shift. But
then if the animatronics started acting weird after the purple guy messed with them, that's why. That's why they started.
The purple guy, like, the phone call in the night, whatever night that was, where he talks about there's an investigation, there's a yellow suit, someone used it. Here's my theory on that, because that kind of messed me up too. I was like, well, that didn't make sense, because they seemed to be hunting you down even before that. But then it hit me. I started thinking about it. These murders happened before, and then Purple Guy figured out that these 5 new dead children had possessed the toy animatronics. And if you're outnumbered, what is the #1 way to not be outnumbered? Well, that's obvious. Lower your enemy's numbers. You got to pick them off one at a time or something like that. You got to get rid of them. So what does he do? He knows how to hack the animatronics. He knows how to control them. He hacks into the toy animatronics and gets one of them to bite somebody. Start acting hostile towards adults. And that gets the place closed down for a while, but it stays open, and he can still hunt like he wants to.
Alright, so I have the wiki up for the phone guy's dialogues. Night 4, just like all the other nights in the Five Nights at Freddy's games, that's when you get a crucial piece of information or something. Night 4, the phone guy says, just as a side note though, try to avoid eye contact with any of the animatronics tonight if you can. Someone may have tampered with their facial recognition systems. We're not sure, but the characters have been acting very unusual, almost aggressive towards the staff. They interact with the kids just fine, but they encounter adults, they just stare. Anyways, hang tight, I'll pass, it'll all pass, good night. And the purple guy is running across my wiki screen. That's uncomfortable.
But see, and it makes sense that purple guy would tamper with the animatronics to get them to bite somebody, just so he could continue to kill, but yet stay alive. He only got rid of the toys because he wanted the place to stay open.
I don't think the toys. I think, like, if the toys, like with the eye thing, if that happens, I think it's the children switching in between the toy animatronics and the original animatronics. That's what I think.
I think that the 5 new children are possessing the toy animatronics. But I could be either.
I don't think there was 10. I don't think there was 10 murders.
Well,
I don't think so.
As someone who has actually played that death minigame, I do believe that there are 10 murders. Because as you actually play the game, you know it's the new location. You go around and you find 5 new dead bodies all over the place. And that kind of figures with the investigation that's going on, doesn't it? The phone guy does talk about an investigation going on and how they may be closed down for a little while. He struck again.
when you're wandering the establishment, you see the dead children's bodies. But that brings me to the question: there is, did the puppet gather up all the bodies that you found and then put them in the animatronic suits that were the spare parts? So they were, and that's why they're not involved with the toy animatronics. The toy animatronics just started acting weird because the purple guy messed with them.
Well, no, they start acting weird even before the phone got... Oh, you're on camera.
Hi.
Okay. I don't know what she's doing, but yeah, they're acting weird before Phone Guy even talks about that, because they are literally trying to hunt you down in a way that legitimately makes you scared, rather than just coming at you, recognizing you as a sex offender and capturing you. They terrorize you the entire time they're on their way to you. And then Phone Guy talks about that, how they were tampered with. But either way, I think we're spending quite a bit of time on this. Let's just move on. I personally think that the 5 new dead children are possessing the toy animatronics.
I'm sorry, you cut out there. What'd you say?
Let's just move on.
Oh, okay. So, my theory, still involves Five Nights at Freddy's 2, because I feel like the second game comes with the most information. I discussed this with Tristan earlier today in web design, because that's the only class we have together.
Yep.
And what I think is the purple guy in the Save Them minigame, if he's not the purple guy, represents your character when he's going to do the 2020 or the 1020. We're messing with the character's AIs and the customizable nights. But the more I think about that, the more absurd that sounds. Forget I said that.
Well, my idea about that purple guy thing on that death minigame, where he comes at you with what looks like a phone, but could also be the thing that messes with the animatronics. I think, because originally I thought this wasn't him. I thought it was something else, because Scott designed him differently than he always had. But then it hits me,
he's a completely different purple guy compared to all the other purple guys. He has a badge and then that thing in his hand.
Yeah, but it hit me. He's showing, because in that he had just killed, it's the animatronic suit he wears. It's either a hallucination or something through Freddy's eyes, like a metaphor or something. But it's either really him or not.
Wait. So, toy animatronics, you're playing that as minigame as Toy Freddy, am I right?
No, you're playing it as actual Freddy.
Well, if it's Toy Freddy, which, if it is...
It's not Toy Freddy. It's
Hang on a second.
You play that minigame as.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm recording.
If it's Toy Freddy, which I think it is, he'll have the facial recognition software. And since we don't have any proof that Purple Guy's a sex offender, they have it because the children mysteriously disappeared and the bodies were never found, which makes them lead to think, like, if you were standing at someone who was like just looking at this and had no idea what else was going on, you would think that the children were maybe kidnapped by the purple guy and now are slaves to him, if you get what I'm saying. So that's why they have the sex offenders software installed.
Yeah.
And so why you would see the purple guy like that is because you have no proof that he's a sex offender. So Toy Freddy's seeing him as what he is, a security guard that works at Fazbear's Entertainment, and so that represents that his facial recognition software is still working, but the purple guy's still a killer, and he's not anything safe.
Maybe. Okay. Well, yeah, that could make sense. But I still think that's original Freddy, because he starts off in the room with all the destroyed animatronics. And if you actually maneuver right, you find Toy Freddy on stage. But anyway, now time for my theory disapproval, where I talk about how some people in the third game, how after every night you follow Shadow Freddy to the back room where, animatronics get destroyed. People think that happened even before the second game. My proof to that, I don't think that happened before the second game. I really don't. And part of it is that when you actually do play the game, they're shattered. When Purple Guy destroys the animatronics, they shatter. Some people say that's just, you know, not good enough evidence. But remember how good Scott is with detail. He's very good with detail. And not only that, but think about it this way. Even when they were destroyed in the second game, the kids still possessed the animatronics and could not get out of them. Why else would they need to be destroyed? I mean, you know, they knew they were walking toward their own destruction. Why else would they need to be destroyed? Unless it's to escape the animatronic bodies. They needed to escape to get rid of Purple Guy, and that's how they did it. And if they escaped, why the heck would they go back in?
It's a good question.
Yes.
Did I tell you my theory about Shadow, Bonnie, and Freddy?
I don't think so. But is it that same one as the Map Hats?
No, well, it's based off of, like, it's kind of, it's similar, but it's got a different twist. So, I agree with that the Shadow animatronics are employees that died in the Springlock animatronics, and their bodies were removed because you see them in the death mini games sometimes. They're taller slumped over figures. What I think that represents is that the employees' bodies were removed, but their souls weren't removed from the animatronics, resulting in a change in color from the animatronics, which is why Shadow Bonnie has no body, just a shadow, and Shadow Freddy's purple.
Yeah,
because Spring Bonnie has someone who's actually trapped inside, so that's where you think the body would go, and maybe Golden Freddy and Shadow Freddy share the same animatronic suit, and Shadow Freddy only appears when not in the office at all. Maybe we'll find out more in Five Nights 4, but that's what my theory is. That's why Golden Freddy can teleport around, and as well like Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie, because they are more advanced with their ghostly powers, as you might say.
Yeah. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this time. And maybe, just maybe actually, we will find out what happened to the puppet in Five Nights 4. We'll find out what happened to the Shadow animatronics in Five Nights 4. Maybe we'll even find out what happened to the souls of the kids in the toy animatronics in Five Nights 4. But who really knows? Only Scott does. And the message to Scott Coffin. You really made all of us who said Freddy's hat disappearing not being a game. That made it sound really stupid. Thank you a lot. Bye!